Hello everyone. I am going to discuss about the book I wrote recently. Yes, some of this I wrote before. So I have total 8 book. So name of the book, example like Bible, Islam and media. Is talk about difference between Islam and Christianity, Bible and Quran, and it argue about why I think the Quran is right. Bible is used to be word of God, and because of it was distorted, and the God message is not no longer exactly on there. It was modified, it was changed, and it was added, it was thrown out. So the Bible we read today is not the original message what Jesus Christ told people. He got the message through the prophet, through angel Gabriel, and that message was distorted. So God doesn't want it, and so God sent another prophet. This is the story of the mankind from the Adam to the last prophet Muhammad. God give the message with the inspiration of the devil. People change the message of the God, and God doesn't want it. So with the out of mercy of the God sent another prophet, and the last prophet is the Muhammad, and the Quran is the authentic book, and it was preserved word to word. And so this book is talking about all of these, and the next book is Does Mankind Greater Than God? Is talking about the mistake in the Bible. If the God made this mistake and the people find this is the mistake, then people find the mistake of God. If this is the case, then we have to ask the question: does mankind greater than God? So this book is talking about all this argument. And my next book is He is My Mother's Father. Is a comedy book, and about a religious family in Bangladesh. Sometimes they have to go through some process in their life, and they have to do something immoral, like giving the bribe is one of these, unless their project will not be work. And this is the case. Also, what is the interaction between the grandpa and the grandson and all the family. So this is a kind of comedy book, and the grandpa is a kind of naive person. And the another book is Hidayah, the guidance, is a comedy book about Jamaat. They start their journey from an unknown mosque with the 5 members. One is a doctor, one is an engineer, one is a banker, one is a businessman, and a student. The student was driving the car, and he was reading the poem, and this is his first time, and so the leader is of this group is a doctor, and he was trying to encourage his other member, and try to keep their spirit high. And they did all kind of things. They mock enter in a mosque. They don't know who they are, and the person, he was the imam, but sitting on there, and he was starting mocking them, and the dunya. And you just come to the mosque, he was telling himself. And you have to come to the mosque, and in the old age. And so he was joking about what is written in the Quran. From this, he bought this to mock their spiritual leader. Then he was telling him that all his life he was just engaged in business, and the end of the life now you understand, he was mocking him like himself. Now you understand there's nowhere to escape, and that's why you come to the mosque. And another book is the slave market. It is talking about, it's also a comedy book, and also give the information how to lending money in interest is making people slave of the interest, and they have to work hard to pay this interest. So this is a kind of one kind of slavery. And it also gave a very funny story about, to show people about a slave, and he was taken to the slave market to sell, and all of these, and finally the owner of the slave, he was not a Muslim, but his brother became a Muslim, and his brother tried to change him. He was finally converting to Islam, but still he was not as a very practicing Muslim, but he was struggling because his brother also struggling. So he has a slave, and all this thing was going on. Finally, he decided to sell the cell, and what happened in the slave market. So this also talking about. Also, it talk about what the who is lending money in interest in Bangladesh, how is affecting life of the people. And it talk about what Quran said about the interest, and how it encourages people to give the zakat, that means charity, and to eliminate the poverty from the society, and all of these. And it's talking about, based on the Quran, about the lending money in interest, but people don't do it. It making people kind of a slave. And so this is another book is Brother, What Did I Do? It's one of the another funny book, like 5 people, Bangladeshi, they live in the US, they come in a party, everyone come with a different dress. Then they come to play music and to dance with it. Then they also invited in the party the Imam heard it, and he trying to prevent them, because it is a big sin, because God will make them monkey and pig in their face. And and Imam was talking about the change. If you see anything wrong, you have to change it by your hand, and then if not, you can do it by your hand. Use your mouth. If you cannot use your mouth, then at least you can say something in your heart. And this is a weak form of faith. And the Imam and one of his companion came there. Then the play was going on, and Imam also played as an actor on there, and it was about the play name was Shaitan, how it was influence people, come the mind of the people, and how it influenced, and then to do the evil. It was showing the 2 brother has a property, and both own the property after their father died, and then how one person became a devil, and the brother himself how the devil find out that this is the man I can play with. And then it was based on the Quran. It was talking about the how the shaitan play, and then it was killed. Then the brother was saying, "Oh, no, who was playing like a devil, he's a human being." Um, then he said, "Okay, now, you told me, but you will help me." Now he was saying Shaitan was leaving them when he was arrested by the police. He said, "Oh, I didn't tell you to kill your brother, and now you are on." And he left, and then the story was going on. It was recite the Quran. All of my book has some kind of recitation of the Quran, and it was basically start the Quranic verse in slave market, in the Hidayah, the guidance, and the brother, what did I do? Then it come about the give the example that about what happened in the liberation war, and based on it, it was talking about the Quran and what was the actual fact, how that the people in the West Pakistani leader. There are a lot of good Muslims in Pakistan, but the leader in the West Pakistan, they are not following the Islam, but they were using Islam. And so how it was finally come, and the shaitan played a role on this, and the kill 3 million Bangladeshi people. So it was talking about the leadership in Bangladesh and the leader in Pakistan, and how the devil play with these people, and what was the outcome of these people, that Allah didn't give the guidance to those people who do all kind of evil thing. And this was talking about, and it's talking about how it affect the ordinary people life, and how ordinary people was get the wrong information from their leader, and now they are fighting in the street, and suspecting each other, cannot trust each other anymore, and how devil was taking the people unto this point. So it's talking about the how devil play in the micro level to macro level, like say how individually it was affecting, the devil is playing, how it is affecting in the district level, in the country level, and then it is globally. There is a poem about it, and that how other people, non-Muslim, calling the Muslim to follow them, and but Allah said, don't follow those non-Muslim who is want to do this kind of thing. And so, and there is another book. I have a book, the poetry book. It has a name Precious, and it has a 49 poem, and most 42 of it is I try to write it based in Islamic poetry, and some of it for the kids, and so I hope you people will enjoy this. This book is available in Amazon.com. So you can just type my name, Anwar Al Haq, ANWARAL hyphen HAQQ, and some book I wrote Anwarul Haq, ANWAREUL, last name is HOQUE. So my book, I am giving you again Bible, the book number 1, Bible, Islam, Media. Does mankind greater than God? And he is my mother's father, Hidayah, the guidance, slave market, brother, what did I do? And the poetry book is Precious. And I have one non-Islamic book, is Pizza Delivery. It's a comedy book, and I wrote all this book except Bible, Islam, and media, does mankind greater than God. Except this book, other book I wrote in my intention that in the future I am going to produce a film. And for example, the Hidayah, I can produce 2 film. Slave Market, I am produce 1 film. And the brother, how did I do? I can produce 1 film, and another 1 film I also I forgot to mention one of these is the which you see in the camera, Brainstorm Lead to the Wisdom. It's a book I wrote for the kids to make a film, and it's a comedy book, what the children do and how their brain function in different stages of their life, and like say how 2-year-old kids respond and their brain, and then 5 year and 10 years, 12 year, 18 years, and then they come kind of with wisdom and how their brain act in different level if you ask them questions. So it is a kind of funny book. Happened in the mosque. I was sitting down on there and I was watching these kids and their family member, and based on it I wrote this book. So this will be another film I can produce. And he is my mother's father. It could be a serious TV serial, and so this was my intention, and to write. So all my book will be available in the Amazon.com, and you can just type my name, Anwar Al-Haq or Anwarul Haq, and you will see my book. He is my mother's father, and the slave market, does mankind gotten greater than God, Bible, Islam, and the media, brother, what did I do, and Brainstorm Lead to the Wisdom. One thing I have to tell you that I make actually 4 books. I put in 1 book, what you will see in the Amazon. It actually have a 4 book. All it has a 470 pages and almost 70,000 word on there. So I put Slave Market, Brother, What Did I Do, Hidayah, Brainstorm. These 4 books, you can produce 5 film in 1 book. And the pizza delivery, you can produce 2 film. And most of my book based on the Islamic book, for example, Hidayah, Brother, What Did I Do, Slave Market, and Brainstorm Lead to the Wisdom. It origin came from the Quran, and based on it, I try to give it as a drama and to explain. So it has a 5 film. He is my mother's father. I can produce. This is a TV series, and the pizza delivery, you can produce 2 film. It's a comedy book. I work on as a pizza delivery person, and based on it I observe it and make a face on it. I make comedy about it. One talk about the recent day pizza delivery, and it was going. Then after the next series was went back to what was the origin, to guess how pizza delivery system started about 200 years ago. For example, when people eat pizza, but there was no car to deliver pizza, and it was a muddy road, and how pizza was delivered. And what was the system that time was how the owner bought all kind of ingredient for the pizza. So step 2 talking about the part 2 is talking about this, and part 1 about the recent days pizza delivery person and about their life and all this thing. So I hope you guys will enjoy to read my book. Thank you again. Look my book and at the Amazon Anwarul Haq. You can write both. Some place I make a mistake. I should use only one name. But some place I wrote Anwarul Haq. Some people I know Anwar Al Haq. What is actually the correct name? But I live in Bangladesh. I born on there. They put the name Anwarul Haq. Probably in Arabically this is not the correct. So hope you guys will enjoy my book. Thank you. Have a nice day.